Good morning. Thank you for joining us at parttimetrader.net. It is Tuesday, May the 27th. Thank you for joining us for the pre-market prep under 10 minutes with Rizwan and Imtiaz. Rizwan, assalamu alaikum.
Welcome, Salam Imtiaz. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, how you doing?
Alhamdulillah. All right, let's jump right into it. We're going to wrap this up within under 10 minutes. So I'm going to go to the 50 tick view to show everybody a medium-sized view as to where we are in the market from the past, relative to the past couple of days. I'm sorry that my chart has all these lines that you won't understand, but they're all meaningful to me. They represent highs and lows and references of resistances and supports from previous days. Yesterday was a holiday, Memorial Day holiday in the US. And this little circle in here represents that holiday trading. And from that holiday, we actually gapped up from Friday. So this rectangle here represents a gap up from Friday's trading. And even right now, from the overnight session, we are trading at the high of yesterday's Memorial Day, which was also coinciding with the high of the previous day, Thursday. And we're sitting there at that spot right now. And there was an 8:30 news event about 20 minutes ago. Not much happened. It didn't cause any wild moves or volatility moves. And there's a 10 o'clock news event as well coming up later today after the open.
Rizwan, can you zoom in a bit, because it's like
Okay,
I understand this is a big picture, but
here's the 16.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, let's go over that again.
All right, let me go over it. Thanks for pointing that out to zoom in. So this again represents the gap from Friday. This represents yesterday's Memorial Day trading. And this represents the overnight Asian and London session low. This happened at midnight. And if you look at it, it's a 3-bar inflection. So it's actually forming a line, what we call a line in the sand. So we're bullish because we're up, and this forms the inflection that happened on the Asian session low. We can see it here. That's a bullish inflection, and it happened at a key level, and it happened at midnight. So that's right now our current line in the sand. But I'm going to come back to that topic because we're at the high. I'm going to flip later in a few seconds to the 100-tick view to show that we still have to be cautious because we're at the high of a 4 or 5 week trend. Now, we had the 8:30 news event. We have the 10 o'clock news event. And I have to point out that tomorrow, Wednesday, is the FOMC minutes at 2 p.m. So today being Tuesday, always the Tuesday ahead of the Wednesday FOMC, you can expect Tuesday to be choppy or range bound or not as big moves, or the volatility. There's good volatility and there's bad volatility. So Tuesday could be maybe not as good a volatility day in general. So be cautious because tomorrow is FOMC Wednesday. On top of that, we've got more news events coming out on Thursday. And then Friday is the bigger news event with the PPI, personal income. So Friday could be more indicative of market information that'll give us a bias in the market as to, is the market going bullish or bearish. So really the message for today until Friday is be cautious. Do not have a bias. I'm going to flip right now to the 100-tick view. But now that I've switched to the 100, I'm going to flip back to the 16. Do you have any comments, Imtiaz?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask about that Asian low relative to Friday's close. Where is that?
Okay. So this was Monday's trading day.
Okay.
This was Friday. Here's Friday. Let me scrunch it a little bit. And so this was Friday's move, and Friday's close was down here, but Friday's high was up here. This box that's shaded beige or whatever color that is. This box represents a gap up.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, could you have any comments or questions before we move on to the 100 tick?
Yeah. So do you, if we do pull back after the open, would that, like you said, line in the sand could be the Asian support, or do we have any other levels during the European session that we could hold up before retesting the Asian lows?
No, the euro session is not holding up anything right now.
So we
Because,
broken all the support in the Euro
yeah,
session.
like
today.
Asian session starts around our time, 4 a.m.
Yep.
and at Eastern time. So here's the euro session, and I can put a box on it. And
Just to correct that statement, the Asian session starts at, would you say 7 p.m. or 6 p.m. Eastern?
yeah, so the actual market opens every day at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So that's
Yeah.
that's the Asian session.
And the Euro
And the
session around 3 a.m.
The euro is around 3-4 a.m.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
this is the euro session in this box right here.
Okay. There you go.
All
That's a good.
the euro session did was make a volume node within a small tight range,
Right.
and we're
And
already below it.
okay, there you go. That's interesting. So maybe that line in the sand, that could be that Asian session low.
Yeah, that's right now the current line in the sand is the Asian session low,
Right.
because it made a good inflection at a level, at an interesting level. But I want to flip to the 100 tick view, because overall I want to point out that we are, if I scrunch this a bit, and I've said this multiple times, we are now trading at a 4 or 5 week high, or even more. Right? We can go back and see that. Let me scrunch it even more. So we can see, like, we're at the high. If I put maybe something like this, you can see we're in this range up here. And yes, there's more room to go up to the 6,000 level, and we're at the 58.87 level right now. So there is 100 and 110 points more to go up. But in general, we're at the high of this move. So I'm suggesting don't have a bias either as a bull, as longs, or even as a seller for shorts. This is not a time to have a bias. It's a time to wait and see what the market wants to do.
Well, thank you for that. I think that's a wrap. Rizwan, do you have anything else to cover this morning?
No, that's it.
All right. Thank you for joining us at parttimetrader.net, and our guest speaker here today, Rizwan Faruqi. And this is the pre-market under 10 minutes.